This is London.
Gentlemen, and welcome once again to LDN Capital TV, right here on the Fight Network, the only British wrestling show currently on television anywhere in the world. And what a way to kick things off here this week on Capital TV. A big matchup between Gentleman John Ritchie and Filthy Phil Powers. Gentleman John Ritchie making his way to the ring to, shall we say, a mixed response from the LDN fans, to put it politely. Gentleman John certainly believes himself to be of better stock than the majority of the fans here. He truly believes himself to be of noble origin. Well, ring announcer Steve Litton holding his own there with John Ritchie, confronted with that cane. And we await the arrival now of John Ritchie's opponent. There's the opening strain to the guitar music. It can only be one man. Filthy Phil Powers, a ever popular man here in the LDN roster, making his way now to the ring for this, his first match back since that six-man tag team affair about a month ago here on Capital TV, where he was hypnotized by Kendo Nagasaki to turn on his own partner, Robbie Brookside, and then had salt thrown in his eyes. And after that match, he was complaining for hours about just how much that stung. And let us not forget, of course, the psychological damage that will have been done by the hypnosis. Powers, of course, hypnotized by Nagasaki about a year ago as well during the Tournament of Excellence. And many close to Powers say he's never been the same since, so to be hypnotized again.
It's made with an 18-minute time limit. That's 6 3-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, on my right, coming out of the blue corner, hailing from the New Forest, please welcome Flying Phil Powers.
Nonetheless, he doesn't seem to be showing any ill effects.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent on my left, coming out to the red corner. He hails from the east end of London and is the former LDN British champion, the notorious Mr. John Ritchie.
Well, I believe he's gentleman John Ritchie now, but...
I've got no shoulders. I am a gentleman. To assure you all the way. I don't like coming here. I don't like the noise you make, so shut up. I can quite easily go over again. But ladies and gentlemen, stand in appreciation of the former and future British heavyweight champion, the gentleman, John Ritchie.
Oh, Steve Litton there, standing up for himself as well he might. But my goodness, who expected that? Clearly there's tension brewing between these two. And Litton isn't backing down an inch. And thank goodness we've got Phil Powers and referee Chris Roberts there, or that could have got out of hand. And Phil Powers appears to have put recent events behind him, certainly on the outwardly at least. And John Ritchie doesn't look to be in any rush whatsoever to get this match underway. Ritchie not interested in a handshake. And there's the bell for round one, and Powers comes out fighting. And the fans solidly behind Phil Powers here, and Powers looks to be in the shape of his life. A veteran of the sport, both men actually veterans of the sport. Ritchie, of course, the former LDN British champion. Normally, Ritchie has somewhat of an advantage over many of his opponents because he knows an awful lot of shortcuts. But I don't think that's going to come into play too much against Phil Powers. Because as much as the fans seem to love him, Phil Powers certainly not averse to using a couple of shortcuts himself from time to time. And I would say both men know every trick in the book. And this will actually be a very evenly contested bout. I wouldn't be surprised. Both men complaining about hair pulling there seems rather unusual, as both men are somewhat follically challenged, it appears. Well, Roberts got the clean break there, but he's obviously not happy about something. He is giving John Ritchie a stern talking to. And we are in the first round of 6 3-minute rounds. And this is what you call a feeling out process. Both men just getting used to the way each other wrestles. Neither man really getting an advantage. Both men just easing themselves into this match, trying to get the measure of their opponents, and then trying to catch them off guard, obviously, later in the match. And Ritchie got a clean break there from Phil Powers. And that's exactly how it should be. Both men still cautious about locking up. Ritchie comes up worst out of that one. Ritchie seeks refuge in the ropes, and he gets it. Another clean break from Phil Powers. And Powers seems to be having a great time in the ring. And not for the first time, John Ritchie may well have underestimated his opponent. Ritchie, of course, a former LDN British champion, and later in the hour, here tonight on Capital TV, we will see another former British champion as Benedict is here in action, taking on Jason Sweet Sensation in what is sure to be a great matchup. That's coming up later in the hour. And next week sees the return of the superstar Leroy Kincaid. So we have got some great wrestling action for you over the weeks and months to come here on Capital TV. The bell sounds for the end of round one, and both men back to their corners.
These are dangerous days.
And the score still 0-0. Neither man getting a pinfall or a decision in the first round. And Ritchie inadvertently soaking himself there. Can't be too happy about that one. And even his own corner man gets the worst of... Oh my goodness, there's a roll up there from Phil Powers. That could have been it. Seconds into round two. And this one very nearly came to a premature end. And now Ritchie getting absolutely soaked. Ritchie, I don't know what he was expecting from Phil Powers, but it certainly wasn't this. And Ritchie taking his sweet time getting back into the ring. The referee making the count. And I can't see Ritchie being too happy taking a count-out loss. Well, the referee gets to 8. Oh, and Ritchie catching his bottom leg there on the rope, just tripped up on the way back into the ring. And that must have been an embarrassing accident there for John Ritchie. Ritchie lucky not to sprain an ankle or come down with something worse after a tumble like that. And the fans really getting in the back of John Ritchie now. In this, the second round of a 6-round match. Powers offers his hand for the test of strength. Powers clearly the stronger of the two. Nice wrist lock, and again, Ritchie goes to the ropes to get the break, and he gets it. It's a clean break. Phil Powers showing he's wrestling this one by the rules, and good for him. And I would just like to send out a big thank you to Philippa Appleby for sending us a delicious Victoria sponge cake. I've been enjoying that this week along with my producer, and I've saved a slice for our two cameramen, Gareth and Tom, and they will be enjoying some of that delicious Victoria sponge later this evening. So thank you very much, Philippa Appleby. And Philippa writes that she always enjoys seeing filthy Phil Powers in action. So let's hope she's enjoying this matchup right now. Well, the end of round two ends with John Ritchie on top of things, but still 0-0. And indeed, Ritchie made sure to get a couple of blows in after the bell. And he may receive a public warning for that. Phil Powers certainly not happy. And the score still 0-0. 2 pinfalls, 2 submissions, or a knockout will decide the winner. no words for that, ladies and gentlemen. There are no words to describe John Ritchie. And round 3 there now. The bell goes, and this is the 3rd round of the match. Still 0-0. Ritchie looks like he's trying to walk off some kind of injury that he might have picked up earlier in the match. Phil Powers, meanwhile, looks to be in great shape, but he gets taken down by the ankle. And Ritchie with a couple of knees to the hamstring. Powers able to power out of that one. And it's just as well he did, or he may have suffered a torn muscle, perhaps, in the lower leg. Oh, a low blow, blatantly. And the referee had to see that one. Well, the referee saw it very clearly, and in the 3rd round, John Ritchie receives his first public warning for a low blow on Phil Powers. But rather than take advantage of the damage done by the low blow, Ritchie became sidetracked by arguing with our ring announcer, Steve Litton. Sometimes Ritchie needs to know which battles to fight and which to let go. And Phil Powers absolutely frenetic here tonight. Double leg Nelson there from John Ritchie, and he gets a pinfall. Out of nowhere. So we reach the halfway stage of this bout, and John Ritchie goes up 1-0. And Powers looking quite disappointed by that.
Gentleman John Ritchie.
And we take a look at a replay of that. Powers sent Ritchie off the ropes, put his head down, but Ritchie saw it coming. It was telegraphed. Ritchie able to take advantage with a double leg Nelson, pinning Phil Powers down to the mat for 3. And in the 3rd round, halfway through this matchup, John Ritchie scores the first pinfall and leads 1-0 as we go into round 4 of this 6-round contest. And Powers, who had been on top all match, now finds himself playing catch-up. Powers overpowering John Ritchie. He's got a huge strength advantage over Ritchie. But Ritchie has been wrestling for longer and knows more about leverage and basic technical holds than Powers, in my estimation. Nonetheless, Powers gets the better of that exchange. And Powers desperately looking for that equaliser. Nearly makes the same mistake twice. This time Powers is ready for it. He hooks Ritchie's legs down, and in round 4, Phil Powers scores the equalising fall, and this matchup is 1-1. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Ritchie thought he'd do the same thing twice. Went for that double leg Nelson. Phil Powers was ready and waiting this time. And he held those legs of John Ritchie right down. And just moments after Ritchie had gone 1 fall ahead, Phil Powers scores the equaliser. Just 2 rounds to go. The score's 1-1. And that is now the beginning of round 5. 1-1. This has been a hard-fought contest, back and forth. And a couple of slaps to the face of Phil Powers. Powers not looking too happy about that. Goes behind, nice roll up there, could get a quick cover. Powers is looking for the win, make no mistake about it. Maybe a submission. He's got an ankle lock on. He's got that leg tied up in knots. Ritchie just cannot reach the rope. Powers bending those leg joints backwards. Ritchie may tap. He may tap. The shoulders are down. And Ritchie, realizing in the nick of time, he avoids getting pinned. But he is absolutely stuck in that hold, and I don't know if he can get out of it. He may have to sit it out for the rest of the round, and who knows what damage that'll do to the limb. Ritchie edging towards that corner. Powers seems to be losing his grip, and finally John Ritchie gets the ropes. And Powers has given him a clean break all evening, and that was no exception, and that is a credit to the sportsmanlike behaviour of Phil Powers. He could very easily have stayed on John Ritchie and held on to that advantage, but he gave Ritchie room to breathe, room to get back up to his feet, and that is very much to his credit. Round 5, the score is 1 fall apiece. 1 fall to Ritchie, 1 fall to Phil Powers, and they are running out of time to get a win. But it's John Ritchie who's on the defensive, and Phil Powers keen to score a second pinfall. Ritchie seems to be happy to just run down the clock. And that surprises me. I can't see John Ritchie settling for a draw, but that seems to be exactly what he is aiming for. Perhaps he knows he just can't beat Phil Powers. Powers goes up top, Ritchie hits the turnbuckle. Powers landed badly on that left leg. Powers landed very badly on that leg, and the referee's keeping John Ritchie away. But Ritchie just took out that left leg. It's the knee joint. It is the knee joint. Powers may have twisted his knee. That is instantly swollen. And an instant submission there. Ritchie, like a shark, homed in on that injury. And that is so unfortunate in round 5. John Ritchie gets the second and winning decision, beating Phil Powers 2 falls to 1. And we might need to get some help out here for Phil Powers. Indeed, there is the chief paramedic, the LDN chief paramedic, Peter Heathcote. Take a look at that. He got that ankle lock on nice and tight. And coming up next, Tex Benedict versus Jason Sensation. But right now, our thoughts go out to Phil Powers, who is being taken to the back for medical attention.
These are dangerous days.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, hailing from Boston, USA, this is Tex Benedict.
Well, fans, main event time here tonight, this week on LDN Capital TV, and what a main event we have got for you. We have already seen one former LDN British champion here tonight, John Ritchie. Now we are going to see another, Tex Benedict, in a rematch of sorts from about 8 weeks ago here on Capital TV, as Benedict took on Jason Sweet Sensation in a matchup that Sensation won thanks to the interference of Leroy Kincaid, LDN's newest superstar. Benedict is said to have been absolutely furious, and we have finally been able to sign a rematch here for this week's LDN Capital TV. On the subject of Leroy Kincaid, the superstar will be back in action on Capital TV next week, and we very much look forward to seeing him back again. Indeed, he will be taking on Danny Garnell as we head to Margate. And that is going to be well worth tuning in for. Great to see Leroy Kincaid back in action next week. And indeed, the week after that, we will have a rematch for the LDN British Championship. Yorgos versus Mike Mendoza.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent hails from Romford in Essex. This is Jason Sweet Sensation.
So plenty of reasons to keep tuning into LDN Capital TV over the weeks and months to come. Not least of which the fact that it is the only British wrestling show on television anywhere in the world today. If you want to see the best in British wrestling, you watch LDN Capital TV. For people like Tex Benedict, and indeed for people like Jason Sweet Sensation, what a bout we are going to see. Jason Sensation, ever popular with the LDN fans. And I've got a feeling the roof is going to blow off this place when he appears. Listen to that ovation. Jason Sensation looks to be in great shape, and the fans are delighted to see him. Sensation, of course, the beneficiary of Leroy Kincaid's interference in the last match. And just look at the shape that Jason Sensation is in right now. And we have heard that Phil Powers has been taken to the back and he is being looked at. And from what we have heard, he has twisted his knee. Hopefully it's not as serious as it first looked. But it was just as well that he submitted when he did, because if he had held on any longer, then that may have done some serious damage to him. But luckily, Phil Powers, I believe, has escaped serious injury. But we are glad that our medics were on hand to take a good look at him. And we wish him well and hope to see him back here on Capital TV very soon. Benedict absolutely perplexed that the fans don't seem to be particularly fond of him, but after some of the things that he said to them in the past, some of the criticisms and complaints that he has made, I'm surprised they give him the time of day. Well, referee Chris Roberts going above and beyond the call of duty there. Didn't seem to do anything to bring the crowd to the favour of Tex Benedict. A very patriotic crowd we have got in tonight, solidly behind Jason Sweet Sensation. And we should point out we are very fond indeed of our American brothers and sisters. It's purely personal. It's Tex Benedict we don't like. And it's for reasons like that, a rake to the eyes. Sensation lets it go and a big shoulder barge. And Benedict got the worst of that exchange. Another poke to the eye. Sensation whipped across the ring, and again the pure muscle of Sensation sends Benedict down to the mat. Again, another thank you to Philippa Appleby for that delicious Victoria sponge. Don't forget, fans, if you want to write to us here at Capital TV, go to ldnwrestling.com for contact information, and we read each and every one of your emails and we love replying to them. And indeed, of course, check out ldnwrestling.com for information about upcoming LDN live events and news as well. You don't want to miss a chance to see LDN wrestling in your hometown. Benedict sent to the outside, lands on his feet, and takes a seat in the lap of one of our fans in the front row. Sometimes when you get a ringside seat here at LDN, you get a little bit more than you bargained for. Benedict finally makes his way back into the ring. But this match has not been going his way so far.
I apologize.
Benedict offering out the hand of friendship. Sensation wondering whether or not to take the olive branch. Oh, interesting. An interesting turn of events there. Benedict living by the motto, do unto others, but do it first. And he caught the leg of Sensation. And Sensation's in a lot of trouble now. And again, it's the left knee of Sensation, and that boot just caught him right in the knee. And Sensation is down, and he is screaming in agony. Well, he's back up to his feet, but you just saw the weight of his body just caused the knee to buckle, and I'm not sure how he's standing. And indeed, he's not standing for long because Benedict rolls him up by the knee. Continuing to work on the joint, bending the limb in the middle. And Benedict, with scientific precision, just caught that injured body part and is working on it like a surgeon. Bending the knee right back. Sensation in the middle of the ring, nowhere for him to go. The ropes are out of reach. I'm surprised, quite frankly, that Benedict relinquished that hold so readily. He may well have scored a submission win. And that makes me think that maybe Benedict is out here to hurt Sensation more than to score the win. He would like to punish him. And maybe he's trying to send out a message to Leroy Kincaid. We will see. Benedict warned about the closed fist. But I, for one, am worried about Sensation. He has not got back up to his feet since that knee has been twisted in half. And I certainly hope he hasn't suffered any kind of injury. Oh, a leg drop off the top. There's a cover. And again, indeed, Sensation gets the shoulder up. But he's still on his back. And indeed, it is Benedict helping him back up to his feet. Benedict with blows to the jaw. Looks to him across the ring. And comes out and goes straight back after that left knee. And I don't know if Sensation is going to be able to continue. A hush has fallen over this capacity crowd here in Totteridge, because they are worried about their fallen hero, Jason Sensation. In fact, the only person who isn't worried about it is Tex Benedict. And now even he is taking a step back, as referee Chris Roberts asks if Sensation wants to continue. And rightly or wrongly, Sensation says he is going to carry on.
These are dangerous days.
Sensation with a desperation move, sending Benedict to the outside. Able to use his strength to knock Benedict down to the floor. But if you can see back in the ring, Sensation is just hobbling around, trying to walk off the injury, but it might be too much for him. Benedict taking a breather on the outside. Doesn't seem to be in any rush to get back in the ring. And I don't think Jason Sensation is in any rush for him to come back into the ring. Sensation looking to bring Benedict back in the hard way. Benedict's been around too long to let that one happen. And a maniacal grin there from Benedict. I don't know if he sees himself as some kind of evil professor or something. Nonetheless, it is clear that he has got a game plan, and it is going very well for him. Flying shoulder tackle over the top rope, into the ring. Hooks the leg, still only gets a 2 count. And make no mistake about it, Sensation is hurt. But he is not ready to give in just yet. No matter how much pain he might be in. And it is Benedict forcing him back up to his feet, if only to inflict more punishment on that injured left knee. And now, if I was the referee, Chris Roberts, I would be thinking about stopping this matchup. Sensation might say he wants to continue, but I don't know if I'd want to have his career on my hands if Sensation were to suffer a permanent injury here tonight. I don't know if I could live with that on my conscience, but referee Chris Roberts says he's going to let it happen. Nonetheless, he's in the ring and I'm not. He can judge better than I can how badly hurt Sensation is. Sensation able to get the right foot up. Blocks the advance of Benedict the second time. Catches Benedict in the air. Might be looking for a fall-away slam. Oh my, he hits him with a sidewalk slam. Gets a cover, hooks the leg, nearly got the win. And that was a great desperation move there from Sensation, still trying to walk off the damage done to the left knee. And I'm worried that he might have done more than he thinks to it. We've already seen one wrestler here tonight suffer a knee injury. Thankfully that wasn't as serious as first thought, but that's because Phil Powers submitted almost instantly when he realized he was in any kind of trouble. Sensation is simply putting more weight onto that injured limb, and that might be a rookie mistake. Phil Powers gave up, but he's lived to fight another day. But Sensation is compounding the folly by continuing to wrestle, and it would be such a shame if he were to suffer any kind of lasting damage here on Capital TV tonight. Indeed, look at that, he can't even climb up to the top turnbuckle, and indeed he is caught in the middle rope in a very dangerous situation indeed. And the referee's wondering what to do for the best, as Sensation screams in agony. And the referee really needs to break this very quickly indeed. And Steve Litton's standing by, and I'd be inclined to ask for help. We've got a trainer who's come in. And there's the LDN medic again as well. There's Peter Heathcote, the chief LDN medic, taking a look, and he might, well, he's having a word with the referee. And that may be all that may be all. Frankly, if you've got to call in the medics during a match, then I'm not so sure you should be able to continue even if you want to. The referee's holding Benedict back. Chief medic Peter Heathcote, well, he's helping out. There's the bell. And the referee and the chief medic helping out Sensation. And we received there the official word from Steve Litton, the ring announcer. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, this is despicable! Benedict attacking the injured Sensation. And this is too much. This is too much. Just when I think one man can't possibly sink any lower, Benedict proves there are no depths to which he will not stoop. Please stop him. Please, somebody stop him. He is putting on a figure four leg lock around the steel turnbuckle on the already injured left knee. They had already stopped the match because Sensation couldn't continue. And now Benedict continuing to lay on the punishment. And I would suspect Benedict to be fined and suspended for this. Quite frankly, I don't think Benedict should be welcome in an LDN ring for a long time to come. And now a half crab. And the bell ringing again and again. And this is just too much. The match has already been stopped by the referee because Sensation unable to continue. Benedict's got the win, but please, let's get him out of here. Come on. This is a terribly sad sight. What a way to end Capital TV this week. Jason Sensation, a young man lying in the ring. His career may be in tatters. He may well have suffered a very serious knee injury here. He is being helped up by two men. Benedict, of course, with the win. The match ended due to referee stoppage. And that is pretty much all we've got time for. Fans, next week on LDN Capital TV, we see the return of Leroy Kincaid. But from me, John Atkins, and all of us here on the Fight Network, that's all we've got time for. We'll see you next week on Capital TV.
This is London.